So I bought my first car in the United Kingdom about 9 months ago, and looking back, I knew then that I was very confused, wanted to get things right. I didn't want to make mistakes. I didn't know exactly what to do or what to expect or what to look out for when buying a car. And I must say it's one of the toughest decisions that I've ever had to make. I mean, there were just a lot of options and I wanted a car that would just be right. So if you're in that situation right now, especially if you are a foreigner in the United Kingdom, I got you. Relax, relax, relax. We got this, okay? Just grab a cup of tea or coffee or juice or whatever you want and relax and keep sipping it as you watch this video, because you don't need a pen and paper. Before the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you an ebook that I specifically wrote for you. In the ebook, I explained everything from A to Z, everything you need to know about buying a car and how to buy your car effortlessly without being duped, without making the wrong choice in the United Kingdom, even as a foreigner. All I am asking for you is to please like this video, share this video with your friends, and leave me a comment in the comment section if you find this video helpful. So when you're planning to buy a car in the United Kingdom or anywhere really, it's important to know exactly what you want. You might not know exactly what you want, but like have an idea of what you want, have a budget for it, know that, oh, I want a new car, like I want a brand new car, I want a used car, I want a finance car, I want a car that I can just pay at once for, you know. Have an idea of the range and the type of car that you want. That's number one. Another thing that you want to know is the kind of car that you want. Like, oh, I want a Range Rover, I want a Peugeot 108. Take some time to ruminate and search online. You can just go online and surf around the internet and just look at cars. If you don't know exactly what you want yet, just look around, surf around, check around and see the kinds of cars that are online, the kind of cars, and see anyone that catches your fancy and look at the price and see, oh, is this something that I can afford? Is this something that is within the range of what exactly I want? Now make a decision. After you have made a decision that, oh yes, I want a Range Rover Sports 2020 edition and I want to buy it on finance. Then you go online also and you check, have an idea of how much the finance will be. Now you are not buying yet, you are just making your research, you are just looking around, you are just shopping around for your car. Let's say this period is for window shopping. After you've done that and you already have an idea of the kind of car you want to buy and how much you are planning to buy. Now, if you are buying a car in the United Kingdom, you can just go on to a dealer or even online and just, you know, pay your cash, pay everything for the car at once, like cash at hand, and you just pay for it, bam. Whether it's a brand new car or it's a used car, you want to pay for it once and for all. And another thing that you can do is to get your car on finance. Now, there are different types of finance that you can get on a car. So there are three main types of finance that a dealer can offer you when you want to purchase your car. Say you don't want to put out all the cash at hand once, you want to get your car on a finance. You can get your car on a finance from a dealer in three different ways by which you can get it. The first one is hire purchase. My reference right now is which.co.uk. For hire purchase, this kind of finance is secured against the vehicle itself, and you do not own the car until you have made the final payment. You can't sell it without the lender's permission, although you can return it. You typically pay a deposit, often 10%, and then repay the balance in installments plus interest over the loan period. So the loan period might be 4 years, might be 3 years, it might be 2 years, depending on what you choose. And at the end of the loan period, you own the car outrightly. So once you have finished paying for the car over that loan period, then the car is yours. However, the car can be repossessed if you miss a payment. It can prove more expensive than an independent bank loan. Servicing may be included, but check all the terms and conditions. Like when buying anything, in fact, when doing anything in this UK, anything, make sure that you check terms and conditions before you sign your life away. Read the contract very well before you sign, so that you make sure that you understand everything. It's the same when buying a car, especially if you are buying it through finance. Second type of finance that you can use for buying your car is known as the personal contract purchase. I'm still on which.co, and according to which.co, personal contract purchase, also known as PCP, typically involves paying a deposit, then low monthly installments over a fixed period. At the end of this, you can either pay a lump sum, also known as balloon payment, in order to purchase the car outright, or you can return the vehicle or sell it privately to pay off the remainder. This suits people who want to change their car frequently and is based around a minimum guaranteed future value for the car. So if you want to keep changing your car like every year or so, then PCP, I guess, is the right one for you. Personal contract purchase, like I was saying, you need to agree to the mileage limits, and you need to keep the car in good condition to avoid penalties, because you are hiring the car and will not own it until the balloon payment is made. And that balloon payment is a lump sum that you give to the dealer to purchase the car. So until you pay that, the car is not yours. You are only using it on a hiring level, like on a higher level. You get what I mean? So mileage is the number of miles that your car travels. So let's say the mileage limit is 10,000 miles per year. So that means that for a period of 1 year, your car must not exceed 10,000 miles in travel for that year. So if you are planning on using finance for your car, it is worth visiting the dealer and, you know, letting them give you a breakdown of each of these type of finances, so that you know which one you would like to go with. Now, the third type of finance that your dealer can give you is known as personal leasing, and is also known as contract hire. So this type of car finance is also similar to a personal contract purchase. Now, according to which.co.uk, it comes with low monthly payments, but you have no option to buy the car. So you keep paying monthly for as long as you have agreed to pay, but you can't make a lump sum payment and say you want to buy the car after your loan period has ended. You cannot. However, it is convenient and it is easy to change the car in this type of finance situation. Now, the type of car, length of contract, and agreed mileage limits determine the overall leasing costs. You normally have to pay up to 3 months rental in advance in this kind of finance situation. And also, you need to be aware that although servicing may be included, a large upfront deposit is usually required. Again, mileage limits may apply for personal leasing or contract hire, and you need to make sure that you compare different deals, taking into account the APR, the monthly payments over the loan period, and the total amount that is repayable, as well as any further option to purchase and administration fees. So what APR means is annual percentage rate. It's a kind of interest rate that comes with a money that is loaned. So when you borrow money or a finance company loan you money, it comes with a particular percentage as APR. So that percentage is like the interest that will be paid on that amount that you have borrowed. So if you are buying your car via finance, how do you know which one of these finance options to go for? How do you know if you want to go with the HP, the PCP, or the CH? Well, you know by reading about it online on the dealer's website. So when you go onto a dealer's website to check out the cars that they have, they will tell you under the finance section whether it's a PCP or a HP or a CH. What you need to do is to read, and if you need any clarification, pick up your phone and call them or send them an email. Once you show an interest in a car on a dealer's website, they will usually contact you. You can ask them for a virtual viewing. This is where they call you on WhatsApp and they show you the car, or they actually record the car, like give you a tour of the car inside and out and send it to you via email, or they post it on YouTube and then they send you the link, you know, something like that. So that's one way for you to actually check out a car. And another way for you to check out the car is to go there, go to the dealer's shop and see what you want to buy. This second option is especially important if you are buying a used car. If you are buying with finance, for example, and then the dealer has already showed you the car and you like the car, you want the car, the next thing is to ask them about the options, the finance options that they have. So they will tell you, oh, we only offer the PCP option, or we offer both the hire purchase and the PCP option. Which one will you want? They will give you a breakdown of each type of finance. This will definitely give you an idea of how much your down payment will be, and also how much you'll be paying per month and for how long. So if at any point you do not understand anything that they are saying, please ask questions. Ask. There's no stupid question. Ask them. Let them clarify anything that you don't understand. So make sure that you ask them question. I mean, you are going to be parting with your money, so it's only fair that you ask your questions. Ask them questions, no matter how stupid or how irrelevant it may be. Please ask. Now the next part is the part where you check the history of the car that you want to buy before you go ahead and buy it. In fact, before making a decision about buying any car, especially if it's a used car, you need to do some background check. You need to do some research about that car before buying it. Now, if you are buying a new car, it's a new car, so there's really, you know, it's just coming from the factory, so you are safe. You can just put your money on it and then you buy it and you are driving it around. You're not paying for MOT. Sometimes you might pay for tax and sometimes you might not pay for tax. It depends on the type of car. All these things, I'm going to be explaining it much more in details in my ebook. I don't want this video to be too long. For a used car, you need to be more careful and, you know, do your background checks and check the history very well, so that you are sure that it's not a stolen vehicle, it's not a write-off, it is not a car that is going to give you problem in the future. You understand? Problem. So these are the things that you need to check for when checking for the history of a car, especially if it's a used car that you want to buy. What you need to do is to go online. There are a lot of websites and applications that you can use to check the history and background of a car. But the one that was recommended to me and that I use at the present is, I'm going to be leaving the name on the screen. So this particular one is free. However, they offer paid services. So they will give you the basic run on that car. All you need is the plate number of the car. That is why sometimes when you go online to search for a car, you will see that most of the dealers, they will have covered up the plate number of that car, because they don't want you to do a background check on it, especially if the car is a used car. They don't want you to do a background check. They know that once you do a background check and it doesn't fit into what you want, of course you won't contact them for it, and you know, I don't know, it may take longer before they are able to sell that car, but definitely not to you, because now you know better. So what you need is the plate number of the car. Once you have the plate number of the car, you insert it into the app, and the app is going to give you a rundown of the information, the history of that car. So you will know the basic details about that car. If you want to go further deeper into the background of the car, then you'll have to pay for it. Right now, I'm going to show you an example of what exactly I am talking about. I am in the application right now, and this is what you meet with. You'll be asked for the vehicle registration number that you should have gotten from online when you are searching for your car. So just input the vehicle registration number in this space and you'll be able to go ahead. I already have some numbers stored up in my garage. I'll also be showing you how to do that later. So you can actually store up numbers in your garage. Like every car that you search for, you can add it to your garage so that you don't keep looking out for them. You'll just be able to go straight and click it from there to get more information about the car. So you can also use the camera feature to actually get the details, the number of the car, and once you click on search, it will bring this information to you: tax, MOT, and you can click on them and you'll be able to get further information. As you can see from this, the tax of this particular car is not due until another 278 days, although you'll have to change the tax and tax name when you acquire the car. And also the MOT is in green, which is a good thing, and is not due until another 299 days. That means you won't be having to do any MOT on the car when you buy it. And when you see these things, this tax MOT, when you see it in green, it's a green light. That means it's good. When it's in yellow, you need to be cautious. When it's in red, you need to be very, very careful. So now I've clicked on the tax, and for this particular car, it is £0 per year. So this car, I'm sure, is like an electric car. It emits less than 99 grams per kilometer, and that is why it is £0 per year. When you scroll down, you see the different categories or band of car, how many or how much CO2 they emit and how much it is cost. So if your car is classified as band B, then that means it emits between 101 to 110 CO2 per kilometer, and it costs £20. So you need to know the VED band of the particular car you want to buy, so that you have an idea of how much the tax is going to be. You can also search online for the VED band of the brand of car that you want to buy. Now we are back to the main page, and I clicked on MOT now, and as you can see, this car actually passed its MOT, and the date of test was 13th of April 2022. And if you scroll to the left, is it to the left now or to the right? When you scroll either way, when you scroll, you'll be able to see the previous MOTs that has been done on this car and the odometer for this car. So far, this car has spent 79, almost 80,000 miles as at this time. So you'll be able to see all this information, and this will help you to make an informed decision whether or not you actually want to buy this car. You can also click on the vehicle history check, and this will help you. It will give you information about the basic check on the car, whether it is stolen or it is wanted and things like that. If you want an advanced check, you'll have to pay for it, and that costs about £10. That's if you want them to run a full check on that car. But besides that, that's the basic check that you're going to get for the car on the application. And when I scroll down, you can see how old this car is. The make is Suzuki Celerio, manufactured in 2015, first registered. All those information are there for you to actually know about the car. They will even tell you the color, so it's color white. So if the car that you are seeing online is blue color, you know that they've done something to this car, and they've changed the paint. And also for the odometer, it gives you like a constant increase in the bar. There is this bar that you see when you check the odometer, and when you see that it is coming down, going up, then you know that the odometer has been tampered with. And in this case, you need to be careful. I would advise that you do not buy such a car. Also, you can check the MOT history like I said earlier, and this will give you a rundown of
how how long this MOTs has been done. I mean, how far gone they've been done, and you can actually add this to your garage. So you can add this particular car to your garage. So this is what I'm talking about concerning the odometer. As you can see, the chart, it's in an upward trend. So if you see a car, it was going in an upward trend, then it came down, you know that something has been done to the odometer, and the miles will most likely not be correct. So these are some of the things that you really need to watch out for when you are searching for your car online. Still within the app, you can actually make notes on every car that you've checked. I mean, when you're in this process, you get to see a lot of cars. And, as you check these cars, if there's anything you want to note down about that car, you can actually, put it in the notes. And you can share this also with a friend to have a second look at the car for you.
So now that you are satisfied, you are okay with this car, you've gotten the plate number, you've run it through the app, you already know that yes, you are okay with this car, you want to go ahead with buying this car. The next thing for you to do, of course, is to contact the dealer, contact the seller, and then start negotiation. If you feel like the price they are offering for the car is too high, you can request for a lower price. If it is okay by them, they will let you know, and if not, they will let you know. So don't be afraid to negotiate. I mean, the worst that could happen is they will tell you, no, this is our price, it is a fixed price, we are not bringing it any lower. It's that you pay this or you look away. That's the worst that could happen. So don't be afraid to negotiate. Ask them for a lesser price if they can agree with it. Also, if the car that you are planning to buy is a used car, it's important to check the tax, the insurance, and the MOT. I've already showed you how to check the MOT in the previous slide. For the tax, you'll also be able to see it in the app like I showed you. However, for the insurance, it's important that you go online and do a thorough search for that particular car so that you have an idea of how much you'll be paying for insurance, because it won't be funny when you buy a car and you think that the insurance won't be more than £100 per month, and then they come up with an insurance of 200 and something per month. So it's important that you get all these facts right before you actually agree to buying a car. Now, when I wanted to buy my car as well as other cars that I bought in the United Kingdom, this is exactly what I did. So now that you are okay with the tax, okay with the insurance, you're okay with the MOT, everything is looking good, the next thing for you to do is to go ahead and buy your car. If you have negotiated, if they've agreed or not, as long as you are ready to buy your car and you have reached an agreement, whether it's through finance or through cash at hand, the next thing is for you to buy your car. And I will also advise, before you buy the car, especially if you are buying a used car, you see, I keep on emphasizing more on the used car, because once you buy it, especially if, let's say, you bought it on Facebook Marketplace, or you bought it on eBay, or you bought it online, something like that, you really need to be careful, because most of them, once you pay for it, they do not offer a refund. Once you take it from them, as in, once you drive it away from where you bought it, you cannot bring it back and say that, or you call them and say that something is wrong with the car. They will tell you that no. This is also another important reason why you should read contracts, why you should read terms and conditions. Whether you're shopping for your car online or in store, please read their terms and conditions to avoid stories that touch. So now you are ready to buy your car. You buy the car, and then the seller is going to give you the keys, of course, obviously. They'll give you the keys. Sometimes they have to see your driver's license and things like that. Now, for me, when I bought my first car, I had my provisional license at that time. So someone else actually went with me, someone with a valid UK driver's license for, I think, for like 3 years. He went with me, and it was actually the one that took the car from that place. They did not allow me because then I still had my provisional driving license and not my full UK driving license. So all these things are the things that you should ask about and know before, especially if you'll be traveling to where your car is, to carry your car home. You need to know these things before leaving your house and, making the journey down to where you carry the car, so that it's not when you get there that they'll now tell you that you cannot carry the car. You can imagine how heartbreaking that will be. Immediately you buy your car, the next thing you want to do is to pay for road tax. Road tax is very important. It's something that all car owners pay in the UK. We pay road tax, and I'm going to try and put on the screen anything that I can get about road tax. So it is important. There are some cars that actually don't pay for road tax. I think there are some sort of hybrid cars, hybrid electric cars. Some of them don't pay for road tax, and you'll be able to see that also on the application that I showed you earlier. So if you need to pay your road tax for your car, you pay it, you pay for the insurance, and then the seller is going to organize how you get your owner's document. It is known as V5C. So this V5C is like evidence that this is your car. You are the rightful owner of this car. They'll take your name and your address, so make sure that you give them the correct name and address, because if you do not get it right, that means you'll have to start requesting for change of address or change of name, as the case may be. So once you get all this done, your car is ready to ply UK road. I have other videos about how you can get your theory and practical driving test booked in the United Kingdom, especially if you are new in the UK. So make sure to check out the videos that are showing on your screen. They are very, very helpful. Please don't forget to like this video, leave me a comment below, share this video, and don't forget to grab your free ebook about all these things that I've talked about. And I've also I've made it so easy for you. I've put in a lot of links and a lot of things that time will not permit me to talk about in this video. It's the first link in the description box below. Grab your own now. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Please subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.